Hey guys, I'm Brianna, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually going to be doing a TBR for once. I have not done one of these in quite a while. I would make a funny joke and say since last year because it's 2019 guys, haha, so funny. But I don't think I've done it since like the spring or the winter of last year. I haven't done it for a while. So I'm on my winter break, which means it's a break between the first semester and second semester of college, and I have a month off. I have, honestly, right now, I have a week left, a week and a couple days left till I go back. So I'm filming this super late, but I did read some books already. So I'm doing a TBR for the books that I already read, so I kind of want to just include them in here, and then I'll include them in the wrap-up as well, and then I want to make a little TBR of the books I would like to hopefully get to, and then if I don't get to them, I'm definitely bringing them back with me. But to start off, I have 4 books that I already read, and I wanted to share them with you guys because they were in my TBR to begin with. And the first one is Intercepted by Alexa Martin. This is a adult football romance. This takes place with the NFL, and it's all about, I can't really explain too much because I feel like I'm gonna spoil stuff, but she finds out that her longtime boyfriend has been cheating on her, and it's a whole long story, and I thought this was a great book. I will talk more about it in my wrap-up, but I cannot wait for the second book, which I think is coming out in April. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm very excited. And then I got to the monster of the book that I kind of was basically focusing on this whole break. I didn't know if I was going to get to it, and I really wanted to get to it, and that is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I absolutely love this book. It was phenomenal. This is the finale to the Throne of Glass series, but it was just really good. It's a monster. It's a chunker. This book is like 900 something pages. It almost reaches 1,000, so I thought this was crazy. I think I read this over 2 days. I was like so invested in it, but it's a phenomenal read. I love the series so much, guys. I definitely I recommend it. Go read it. This is a YA fantasy, and it's up to you if you guys want to pick it up. Then I read Unchained: Nephilim Rising by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is, I guess it would be an adult paranormal romance, kind of light on the romance. It's more like paranormal. I can't really explain it, but this is supposed to be a series, or at least a duology, but it only has 1 book, and it kind of ends in a little bit of a cliffhanger, but not a major one. So I don't know what her plans are for the future of this book, but I absolutely loved it. But then again, I love everything that she writes, so this was no different, but I will talk more about this in my wrap-up. And then the last book I finished reading was Balance by Lucia Franco. This book was really good. I actually gave it a rating this time. I remember the last time I read it last year where I was unsure of what to rate it, even though I loved it. So if you guys would like to see the reading before I talk about it in my wrap-up, it will be in my Goodreads, and that is linked down below as always. So this is a new adult gymnastics forbidden romance. There you go. And then I also read Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas, but like it wasn't really a planned read. I just read it, and I don't know if I read any other books. That's a good question. I don't know. I kind of was in a book slump for a little bit over break because I haven't read in a while, so I started watching Netflix, and then I just got back into reading, and Kingdom of Ash really, I thought it would put me in a book slump, but it helps me get out of a book slump, so thanks. So to get on to my current read and the books that I plan to read, if I don't finish these books, I'm definitely going to bring majority of them back to college with me. Some of them are library books, so I do have to finish them. But the first book I'm currently reading is Execution by Lucia Franco. I expect to have this book done by today, maybe in like 2 hours the latest. This is how much I have left. I've been flying through this book. I started this like super late last night, like 8, 9 o'clock last night, and I'm loving this so much better than the first book, 110%. So if you guys are having trouble with the first book, I definitely say just give it a shot, try and finish it, because the second book is so much better, and then I cannot wait for the last 2. I don't know if it's called Release or Dismount, one of them. I think the third book is called Release. But that book was supposed to come out in September, but it was pushed back, so there's no release date right now. Kind of upset about it, but whatever. And she's cover changing the whole series. So, that's one of my pet peeves, guys. I don't know. Okay, so we're taking a short break from telling you my books, but I'm gonna rant a little bit. So one of my pet peeves is when authors make a cover change midway through the series. They don't wait until they released all 3 books. They just cover change it. So, A Torch Against the Night, that series, it was cover changed before the 3rd book released. The first 2 books, they're beautiful covers, don't get me wrong. A little steamy, but like, you know, it's okay. I like it. I wouldn't take them out in public, but it's okay. But she's cover changing, so the last 2 covers are going to be completely different. So I'm kind of upset about it, but whatever. I'll have mismatched covers, I guess. That's how it's going to be. But yeah, so that's my one complaint. But this book is really good, and I'm excited to finish it. And then I have 2 books that I kind of want to get through. I don't know if I want to bring them to college, but you know, such is life. The first one is Moonlight Sins by Jennifer Armentrout. This is the first book in a trilogy. And you can see I still have the bookmark in it from when I did not finish it before college. I did not bring it with me. I got it to chapter 5. Obviously, I'm going to reread it because I don't remember. But I do want to read this one so I can read Moonlight Seduction, which is book 2. These are great books. They're adult mystery thriller books, if I remember correctly. Again, it's Jennifer Armentrout. She slays in anything she writes, and I absolutely love her. My mom has read these already. She read the 2nd book before I have, and she loved it. So I need to catch up, guys. It's been a rough one. And then this is another series. This has 4 books in it. And I read the first one, and I could never find the second one. And then I got the second one, and then I kind of held it off until now I'm deciding to read it again. So the first one is Lick by Kylie Scott. This is a stage dive novel. This is book 1. And basically the premise of this, I read this 2 years ago, I think. The premise of this is this woman wakes up in Vegas, and she finds out she married a rock star. So she doesn't remember the night. And she's kind of trying to recap everything, figure out why they got married and what happened and everything like that. But I remember loving this book. The writing wasn't the best, but the plotline was just hilarious, so I loved it. And then I want to read book 2, which is Play, which is about a drummer. And I've heard great things about the rest of the series. I just haven't continued on because, again, it wasn't on the top of my to-do list. But I'm very excited to read this, and I'm hoping I can read them. Worst case scenario, I bring them back to college with me. And I'll also do what books I'm bringing back to college with me if I have time, because I would like for you guys to know. I think it's an interesting video. And then onto my library books. You're going to see, like, I'll take the thingy out. So the first book I have here is The Kiss Collector by Wendy Higgins. I've been dying to read this book. When it was first announced that she was publishing this, I was like, I need my hands on it. I love Wendy Higgins. She is such, like, a guilty pleasure author for me because she doesn't have a lot of books out, but the books that she does have out, I love them. But this one seemed really interesting. It's about a girl who I think she was cheated on, and she kind of has this pact with her friends that she just wants to kiss a whole bunch of boys that are, like, different. So you got the bad boy, the musician, the athlete, and all that, until she finally actually ends up liking someone, and it changes her whole perspective. But I'm super excited to get into this. This is going to be the book I read after I finish Execution, because Wendy Higgins is bomb. Then I have a book that I'm still, like, iffy on. I remember not really liking it 100%, but I definitely felt I was a little too tough on it, so I'm giving it a second chance because the second book of this was already released, and the third book is releasing soon. And one of my favorite YouTubers loves this book, and that is Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. This is a dark novel, and it's kind of like a Four Horsemen novel. My one complaint about it before was that there were so many dark elements that happened, but they weren't followed through. So there were, like, I don't know how to, like, you can't really explain it unless you read dark romance, and this is, like, I guess it's kind of a romance. I don't even know. But I'm going to give it a shot. I definitely think I'm going to, if it's cheap, I'm going to buy the second and third book on my Kindle, because I already have this on my Kindle. I just wanted the physical copy from the library so I can physically read it and see how far I'm into it. But I'm definitely going to give it another shot. I don't think I'm going to like it again. But I mean, I'm kind of in the mood for some dark romance, and I'm not reading The Hades Hangman until the next book comes out. January 22nd, guys. Gotta wait a little bit. But yeah. And then I was in a paranormal romance mood, so, you know, I had to go back to the OG. Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins. I love this. This is about the deadly sins and their sons and daughters, and it's just so good. If you guys have not read this, I really recommend reading it. It's a great first time read. If you're trying to get into the YA genre or paranormal genre, this book is it. It's honestly, like, this is probably one of my favorite series of all times. It's not the best, like, written, but it's great, and I recommend it. So I have Sweet Evil. I got Sweet Reckoning, which I think's the last book of the series, so I'm just waiting for the second book, and then I'll probably start on this soon. Worst case scenario, I don't get it this break, but I really would like to have, like, a nice refresher of the books I love and just read them. And then the last book I have here, I saw this on someone's channel. I forgot who it was, but it sounded really interesting, and it's called Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I think this is the book that she was talking about. Okay, yeah, so basically what happens in this book, I heard it is so dark, and you should not read this if you have a fear of water. That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing just phenomenal things about this, and I really, really want to get into this, so I think this will be my third read. After I read Execution and the Kiss Collector, I want to read this so bad. But this one follows a girl who lost her sister in, I think, on like a trek, like on a ship, and it's in like the Atlantis area. I'm not saying this the right way, but there's sea creatures there. So it's her and a whole bunch of people that lost loved ones. They trek on this boat together to like the area where all their loved ones were lost, and then they kind of go through things, and then the sea creatures are there and all that stuff. But it seems so good, and I've been hearing like crazy good things about this book. It's not that popular. It is an adult book, I believe, so not a lot of people have heard of it, but I definitely recommend it. I mean, I haven't read it yet, so I'll let you know after I read it, but I am so excited to get into this, and it's gonna give me chills because, like, I don't know, I'm just in the mood for some little horror thriller things, even though it's not Halloween, guys, but it's okay. So I'm excited to get into this. If I love it, I'm probably gonna purchase myself a copy. And then I have 4 other books I purchased from Amazon, which are getting here tomorrow, I think. One of them is by R.S. Gray. Then there's one by T.M. Frazier. I'm trying to remember what I bought. That's a good thing that I don't remember. And then there's 2 other ones. Oh, one's from Mariana Zapata, and that one I'm totally bringing back with me because I don't want to read it now because her books are just, like, delicious. I love them. And I forgot the last book that I got. I don't remember. But yeah, so this is my TBR. I kind of rambled on and on, but it's okay. I hope you guys got some good recommendations from it, and I'm very excited to get reading. I have about, I think, a week and 4 days left, so I'm hoping to get at least 5 or 6 books done, preferably the library ones, because I have to return them. But that's it for this video. I will see you guys next time when I do my wrap up, and I hope you guys are having a great break. Bye!